Morning, guys. We just wrapped up week 7. I'm going to go straight into the power rankings. As you guys know, we have a new number one, and that is Gordo, who has by far the best team at this point right now. He's going to be very hard to beat. The only way you're going to beat him is if you score more points than him. I know it sounds easy, but you got to be putting up upwards of 180, because I think that's his floor right now is 180 to 250. That's probably a ceiling, which is going to be really hard to beat. A lot of teams haven't even scored 200 points. So, he's number one. He hasn't lost in 3 weeks. He's 27-0 the last 3 weeks. That's really what bumped him up, scoring the most points these past 3 weeks as well. He scored more points in these last 3 weeks than he did in the first 4 weeks. He's won 4 of his last 5. He's on absolute fire right now. Other big shakeups. Tascos bumps up a spot to number 2. Wonder goes to 3. He jumps down a spot. Salami is at 4. He stays at 4 after a nice win. I go all the way down to 5 after being number 1. That's a huge jump. Gordo and me literally just flip-flop spots, which is fucking crazy. Laz is 6th. He didn't move. Buckets is 7. He bumped up a spot. Dom is 8. He dropped down a spot after a really bad trade. Dom is reeling right now. Mashy is 9th. And Jack is still in last place in our power ranks. Last place in the league. He's having a real tough time, Jack. I don't see him making the playoffs. He already traded Brady. Looks like he's going for it next year. Going into the waiver claims, there was 0 waiver claims this week, which is really surprising. I thought it would have been an active week. There was a lot of running backs that were available that either had a big week last week or a guy got hurt or suspended in front of him. But I was up early just because I'm a fucking night owl now. Didn't have work last night. I was just up. I watched John Wick 2. It was unbelievable. I suggest you guys watch that movie. It's a very good movie. I picked up Dion Lewis, Latavius Murray, Corey Davis, and Harrison Butker. Other pickups include, I think D picked up and dropped DeAndre Washington like 3 or 4 times. He was really didn't know who to pick. He picked up Jalen Richard too. He finally dropped Mike Gillislee, which was about time. The guy, he's not. I don't think he's the dude anymore. Tass was the second guy to wake up. He picked up a few dudes. He picked up Cole Beasley. Why the hell is Cole Beasley projected to throw up 10 points? I have no clue why. He's like the 80th best wide receiver right now. What does ESPN's projections see in this guy? I have guys that are better than him, that literally have better stats than him in fewer games, and he's projected to throw up 10 points. But what does ESPN see that I'm not seeing? Because I really can't tell. This guy Cole Beasley, he's a nobody. He's not even a good PPR receiver. He's not like he's catching 6, 7, 8 passes a game. He's catching a pass. He's the third option in a run-heavy offense. That's not a good formula. But a lot of defensive players added, defenses added. Nothing really crazy. Going into the trade that was made, Gordo gave up Big Ben to get Emmanuel Sanders. I don't know what Mashy was seeing in that trade. He could have picked up a guy off waivers that probably would give him just as many points as Big Ben has been giving him. Instead, he trades away Emmanuel Sanders, who's a solid wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. I know he's a little bit banged up. Mashy panicked because he lost Carson Palmer, and he figures, I have to make a trade in order to fill that spot. But he actually loses out on that because now he has another empty spot, being a wide receiver spot. Love the trade for Gordo. Gordo is literally, he's won almost all of his trades. The one trade that I could say that Gordo might not have won is the Deshaun Jackson for Evan Ingram trade, and I'll say it again. Evan Ingram is going to go down as the best rookie tight end season of all time. I'll go into it when I talk about Pete's matchup. I'm going to start with my matchup, get it right out of the way, because I was in trouble going into this week, and I knew it. I had no wide receivers. Everyone was either hurt or on a bye. and that is a horrible formula for success. And I really got my ass handed to me. Tass really beat the shit out of me. Tass beats me 167 to 135. He had Russell Wilson, who absolutely and utterly destroyed the Giants. The Giants' defense was on the field the entire game, and I'm watching this game, and I don't want to watch the game because I hate watching Giant games now because they're so bad. I almost want to root against them. I was kind of rooting against them at one point because I just want them to lose. I want to get Saquon Barkley, man. The fucking guy could run. He's going to be a transcendent running back, I think. And I really want the Giants to bomb for Saquon. But yeah, Russell Wilson, 38.5 points. Tremendous game. He threw that bomb touchdown pass that Paul Richardson caught in the end zone, which I don't understand how it wasn't an interception, but I'm not going to delve too deep into that. Tyrod Taylor has his best game of the year against me, of course, with 24 points. Good pickup, Tass. You needed a waiver guy. You got him. J.J. only 10 points against the Jets. It was a high-scoring game. He really wasn't running a lot. The Dolphins were down big. Dolphins, they're somehow 4-2. I have no clue how. Mark Ingram, another 24 points. Just when I say Mark Ingram, he's not going to get 25 carries in the game. He gets 22? And how many touches did he have total? 26 total touches. Mark Ingram looks like the clear-cut running back there, which is weird because Alvin Kamara is still there and Alvin Kamara is still successful. I love Ingram, man. He was last year he was a running back 1. This year he's right on the cusp of being a running back 1. He's I think he's like the 11th or 12th best guy right now. He's a running back 1. No, hands down. He gets the rock when the game matters. Julio finally has a breakout game. 9 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He was another catch away from going for over 28 points. So, Tass, Julio Jones, don't fucking trade him. Don't listen to anyone. Keep him on your team. He's a fucking stud. This is what he does. Fitz had a really bad game, 5.9 points. The Cards lost Carson Palmer, which sucks for them. I think they're really bad without him, with Drew Stanton throwing the ball. I think Fitz is going to take a big hit. He might go into wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 territory because he definitely was a 1. Thielen, nothing crazy, 9 points. Zach Miller, that was a bad start. Mitchell Trubisky completed 4 passes, and 2 of them were to Zach Miller. I don't think Zach Miller's a viable option at all. Good thing you have Cook. You had Cook on the bench for 19, and when I saw him throw up that 19 points on your bench, I was like, wow, I might win this week, but that was all for moot. Mike Wallace got absolutely fucking cramboned. He got killed over the middle. He literally got knocked out cold, or he went stiff. Hope he's all right. He got concussed. I hope he's good, though. Yeah, nothing really else. Kicker throwing up 11 points. Nice. Me, though, I had Jameis. That's about it. Jameis had a great game. Hurt his shoulder the week before. Came back strong, 33 points. I think Jameis is fine. I think he's going to be a low-end quarterback 1 option. Mariota had a horrible game. 10 points. What the fuck are you doing, Marcus? You played the Browns. Just fucking beat up on them and score 4 touchdowns. No, you don't want to run anymore. Your hamstring hurts. It's okay. Go into the bye, get healthy, you're coming back, and you're helping my fucking team win the championship, all right? Get it together, kid. Kareem Hunt, 15 points. He's probably one of the highest floor guys in all of football. This was his lowest point total of the year, 15 points. He's gone over 100 yards every single game of his career. This kid is fucking good. Duke Johnson and Buck Allen, my 2 running back 2s that I'm always starting now because all they do is catch passes and that's it. That's all they do is catch passes. They're guaranteed a good 5-6 points from passes alone. I have to start them. Their floors are so high. They're not going to be throwing up 25, 30 points, but they're going to be throwing up that 13, 14, 15, 16 points. Maybe they pop a touchdown, they go for 20. I got to start these guys every week, and I hate starting them because I'm so against these type of players, but I have to fucking start them in this format. Amendola, you suck. 4.7 points. I have to start you again this week because everyone's dead. John Brown, you already got dropped. You're fucking horrible. And my best pickup I made was Cooper Kupp, 15 points. I was so happy when he scored that touchdown. I thought I really had a chance. I think I was up like 30 points going into the 4 o'clock games. And I was like, all right, maybe I get a chance. Maybe Russell Wilson doesn't play good. And no, he just has an unbelievable game. Yeah, that was about it. I mean, Travis Kelce did decent, but yeah, nothing doing with my team this week. Next matchup we're going to do is airing it out versus my mother's ass. And my mother's ass is getting pounded recently. She's getting pounded left and right by every team. She's the league's doormat right now. Salami loses the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Rodgers, and still wins this week. Still puts up a pretty decent game. He scores 165 points. With Aaron Rodgers, he throws up 195. Imagine that. Maybe even more. Maybe 205. But yeah, like I said, Salami, you losing Rodgers is huge. And I respect your move of going down with the ship and not trading anyone, because that would be a thing that rookie managers would do. And I would expect it from no one but you. But you're not doing it, surprisingly. And I like your move. And I offered you a trade, and you said, no, I'm going down with this ship like Titanic. And I respect it, Salami. You go, you do your thing. Your team, I think, is going to be fine. You have an MVP candidate in Alex Smith. He's going to get votes for being the MVP this year, okay? He's really good. He's throwing up over 30 points a game. He's the best quarterback right now, surprisingly. Alex motherfucking Smith is number one quarterback, the number one point getter in our league, okay? That was a tremendous pick, Salami. But you're going to have to do work with your quarterback, too. You don't have anyone else. You had Simeon this week. I don't think Simeon is the answer. There's a few more guys on the wire that you could pick up. I think you're going to have to stream that last spot in order to be a viable candidate to win the championship. Devonta Freeman has an off game. He's been really slow, but I'm expecting him to pick it up big time. He is the 12th best running back. He's averaging 16 points a game. Very high, another high floor running back. He just got to get in the end zone. Once he starts finding the end zone more and more, he's going to be throwing up 25 points. Carlos Hyde, 12.8 points, nothing crazy. Doug Baldwin absolutely shredded the Giants. 9 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown, 25 points. Yeah, Bobby Anderson right there, 12.5 points, catching a touchdown. Nice pick up there. And you had the Zach Brown band with 17.5 points. I think you're going to keep him just because his name is Zach Brown, I swear. And then you had the Crab scoring a touchdown, 3 catches, 24 yards, touchdown late in that Thursday night game, which fucked me because I best betted the Chiefs. Fucking idiot. And then, yeah, we had my mother's ass just get utterly pounded. She's starting Blake Bortles and Josh McCown this week. I don't know what she's doing. She's obviously high. But you go down the line with this team, and it's scary how bad it is right now at this point. You got Doug Martin, Wendell Smallwood, Demaryius Thomas, Pierre Garçon, Miguel Sano. Miguel Sano, I said. Mohamed Sanu, Eric Dickerson, Chris Thompson. Your best player right there is Chris Thompson with 18 points. And I don't even think he's your best player on your team, which is a sad thing. I think I'd rather take Doug Martin over Chris Thompson. But this is what happens when you just try and bomb. And Jack blew it up. He said, I'm going to blow it up before I go down. And that's another move I respect. You want to blow it up? Be my guest. Blow it up. But at least blow it up. Spread it around the blow up. Don't spread it into one team right now. Because right now you and Gordo are partners. Yeah, I said it. Jack and Gordo are partners right now. Their teams are a conglomerate of talent. And Gordo's team, we're going to see. We're going to keep seeing these 200-point weeks. I'm scared of it. I play them in a couple weeks, and I'm chalking it up as a loss. I'm going to have trouble getting into the playoffs, which is fucking bullshit. Because I fucking had a real good team like 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden shit hits the fan and my team fucking sucks. But I digress. Next matchup. Where's my luck? Ice to the rescue. Dom, another team. Shit the bed with all these trades. Sometimes the best move to make is the move to not make a move. That's the best move. 9 times out of 10. To not make the move, to hold pat, to hold steady. Because these guys were picked where they were supposed to be picked. 8 weeks ago, we did the draft, and these guys were picked where they're supposed to be picked. There's a reason why they're picked where they're supposed to be picked. You do have those underlying guys, the guys that get picked in the 8th round that are absolute studs. The Alex Smiths, the Deshaun Watsons, the Kareem Hunts, those guys get drafted late, and they pan out. You got to realize guys drafted in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, those are the bread and butter. Those are the guys that are going to win matchups every single week. And then you trade them. You trade for an Andrew Luck type guy. And I understand it. You're figuring he's a 5th round lock. If I keep him, it's fine. My team could still suck. but he might not even play this year. If he doesn't play, you can't keep him. You traded Dalvin Cook. You fucked your team for next year. You're not going to have a real good lock pick. That's going to set you back because half these teams in our league are going to have a lock pick with a 7th round or later. If you have to lock a guy in the 2nd, 3rd round, that's really going to handicap your team. You look at Jack. Jack's going to have Deshaun Watson 15th round. I think Salami's going to lock Alex Smith 10th, 11th round. I'm going to lock Kareem Hunt 7th round. Buckets is going to lock Dalvin Cook. I think you got him in the 4th or 5th round. All these guys are taken after the top 50 guys are taken. You got to figure that out. You might have to trade for a lock pick at this point, which sucks. You're going to have to give up on the year if you do that. I think you have one more week to determine where your team is at. If you win this week and some guys lose in front of you, then you can try and make a move to get into the playoffs. But right now, your team is meds on meds at best, Dom. We're going into this matchup. Kirk Cousins was your lead point getter with 33 points, but Eli looks absolutely horrible. It's scary how bad he looks. He looks like rookie Eli. And it's not because of him. It's because of the talent around him. He doesn't have anyone. He has practice squad guys. He's throwing balls off guys' helmets. They're not even reacting in time. There's no chemistry whatsoever. Losing Odell was huge. He only had 9 points. I don't see Eli being a quarterback going forward at all. He might be a drop candidate. Tevin Coleman, you make a trade to get Tevin Coleman, and he has one of the worst games of his career. Tevin Coleman's a backup running back. We have to respect that. He's only capped off at about 20 points. He really can't score more than that unless he busts out a big play. Therefore, some weeks he's gonna catch like 4, 5, 6 passes and have 80 yards. Yes, don't get it twisted. But then again, some weeks he's gonna run into the Patriots and he's not gonna be on the field at all. And that's what happened. He wasn't on the field that much. Chris Ivory, that was a good start. He rushed for a touchdown early in that game, and then he got, I don't know what the hell happened to him. They put in TJ Yeldon, and TJ Yeldon looked like, hey, I still want to play football. I could still play football. Jaguars, can you try and trade me to a team that needs a running back? Maybe you could get a quarterback out of the deal. I think that's going to happen. I think the Jags are going to trade TJ Yeldon because he's a really good athlete. He deserves playing time. He doesn't get any because of Fournette being there. AJ Green, really, really bad game. 7.1 points. You got the Steelers treatment. The Steelers are really good against receivers and quarterbacks. Kelvin Benjamin, 9.5 points. Ugh. Jimmy Graham, he had a good game, 14 points. Taylor Gabriel, bad start, 3.9 points. Third wide receiver on the team. And that offense has been really, really that good. You started the Jags D, though. The Jags D have been one of the best defense. Oh, they're number one. They're the number one defense in all the land. They've been positive in every single game but one. They are very, 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 very good. And then Greg Zuerlein, probably the pickup of the year for you, Dom. Greg Zuerlein has kept you in matchups because he single-handedly scores 17 points and 27 points on matchups. He's averaging 13.4 points. That's as good as like a running back too. I think I have running backs that score less than that, which is fucking ridiculous. That's how bad my team is. Jesus. Oh, look, you benched DeMarco. I think DeMarco might be out of the running. Ugh, Jesus. Delaney Walker got hurt. Yeah, Dom, you're fucking in trouble, bro. You are in big, big trouble. Here's a team that's not in trouble, that is nipping at the heels, that has got so much better over these past few weeks. And I commend him on his moves as well as I commended Gordo on his moves. Petey Buckets. You look at his wide receivers from week 1, and you look at where they are right now. He goes from Michael Thomas, Terrell Pryor, and Kelvin Benjamin, and Chris Hogan, to, who did he start this week? Let's see. To Chris Hogan, Jordy Nelson, and Mike Evans. And then his fourth, call it Nelson Aguilar. All of those wide receivers all those wide receivers are better than their counterparts were on his old roster. Say Hogan is way better than Kelvin Benjamin. Nelson is way better than Terrell Pryor, who sucks. Mike Evans, tremendous. He's better than Michael Thomas. All of his guys have gotten better. Pete's going to be a dangerous team. I'm going to go into what he did. He had Jared Goff throw up 21 points. Nothing crazy. They went up a lot. He wasn't throwing that much. Matt Ryan, he's been looking very, very shaky. He had a decent game, though. Low-end quarterback one numbers with 20 points. Le'Veon Bell is a fucking workhorse. He is the definition of a workhorse. He's the third best running back after those first 2 horrible weeks. He's gotten, since week 3 on, listen to these touches. He's gotten 21, okay? 21. Oh, actually, let's go from week 2 on. Week 2, 31. Week 3, 21. Week 4, 39. Week 5, 25. Week 6, 35. Week 7, 38. He's got, I think that was his 4th game in October. He's gotten over 30 touches 3 times. Okay? This guy is not a guy to be fucked with. Le'Veon Bell is a stud. I'm so mad I didn't draft this guy over David Johnson because I think he's going to wind up better than David Johnson is, even if David Johnson wasn't hurt. He gets the ball too much for it not to be. You started McKinnon. McKinnon Mets game. I don't know what the hell's going on with the running back situation. I picked up Murray just because I think he's going to be the touchdown guy if they get in close to the end zone. Hogan came back down to earth a little bit, only 11 points. Jordy Nelson losing Aaron Rodgers is huge for him. You traded for him before Rodgers got hurt. I'm going to pump the brakes on him. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's too much of an athlete for him not to be good. I'm going to give it another 2 weeks probably, but I'm a little bit weary on Jordy Nelson right now. I can't say he's more than a wide receiver 2 at this moment right now just because of losing his quarterback. We're going to see how Hundley does. Maybe another week he understands the system a little bit better. He gets a little bit more chemistry with these guys throwing the ball to them. I think he might be fine. Could be bad though. The quarterback's getting hurt. Really, really hurts wide receivers a lot. And then Mike Evans, 7 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. This is Mike Evans. This is what he does. He's the man. Okay, Evan Ingram. Now, this is what I want to tell you about Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, like I said, is going to finish as one of the best rookie tight end seasons of all time. He has the most targets through his first career 7 games as a tight end. He has the 3rd most yards for his first 7 games as a rookie tight end. He's tied for 15 touchdowns for a rookie tight end over his first 7 games. He's tied for 2nd for receptions his first 7 games. All of his stats he's top 5 in. If he keeps doing what he's doing, if he is that number 1 option, I know Shepard's coming back, but I like Ingram. Ingram is not always on the line. He's not always on the line. He's in the slot. They move him around a lot. He's a good red zone threat. I think this guy is something special. I'm really happy we have him just for the sake of next year, the Giants. He could be a good lock pick. I don't know if Dom's gonna. Oh no, he didn't get drafted. Wow, he didn't get drafted. That's huge. So he can't be a lock pick, but he would have been a good lock pick because he would have got drafted late. There was tight ends that were drafted over him that suck. But he would have been a great 16th, 17th round lock pick. I'm gonna mark my words. He's gonna be the best rookie tight end of all time. And then Alvin Kamara, 15 points. He's the 2nd running back there. He's the pass catching back, which helps him a lot. Drew Brees does dump the ball off to him a lot. He gets a lot of he gets carries too. What do you have? He had 14 touches last week, 13 touches the week before. If you're getting the ball 10 to 15 times a game, that's a solid running back too. You're gonna put up numbers if you're good. Buckets is nipping at the heels though. Really scared of his team. The next matchup we are going to talk about is the matchup of the week, and that is the matchup between D and Wonder, and boy, am I glad. Hold on, let me pause this. Boy, am I glad is right. Because Wonder loses by 2 points. And do you know how he lost by 2 points? Because Jake Elliott missed a field goal, and it bumped him down, and he wound up losing. And there's no better feeling than to see Wonder lose by 2 points. I beat him by 1.5 points. Wonder's had some of the toughest losses of the year, of this year. Really sucky losses. If you look at it, he has those 2 wins. He's in first place. And now he's with me. He's 4-3. He's on the cusp of not being in the playoffs. But D had a very, very good week. Probably one of the best weeks he's had all season. Led by Dak Prescott with 38 points. Dak is quietly creeping up the quarterback rankings. He's number 4 right now. He's very, 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 very talented player. They absolutely shit on the Niners. They kicked the shit out of them. Drew Brees, 25 points. D has 2 really good quarterbacks right now. He probably has the second best quarterbacks in the league at any given matchup. I think both of those guys are matchup proof. Jordan Howard only 6.5 points, 65 yards rushing, nothing else doing there. That offense is fucking terrible right now with Mitchell Trubisky running it. C.J. Anderson 7.1 points. D's in need of a running back. It looks like big time. I think he's gonna be winding up starting Matt Forte because you can't be starting these guys that are only good. They don't do anything else. Howard and Anderson they don't fucking do anything else. Cook's nice game, 16.5 points. You look at Devontae Adams losing fucking Aaron Rodgers. He comes back down to earth. 3.2 points, man. What the fuck? These guys they need Aaron Rodgers. A wide receiver needs a quarterback. If a wide receiver doesn't have a good quarterback throwing him the ball, they take tremendous hits on their value. And then you had Jarvis Landry, 23.3 points. Like I said, that trade you made with Gordo, it was basically a swap. It was saying, hey, what do you want? You want the guy who's going to have a higher ceiling, or do you want the guy who's going to have a higher floor? They're both going to finish with the same amount of points throughout the season. So I don't. That trade really didn't make too much sense to me, to be honest. But I see where you're coming from, D. I do like Jarvis Landry more in this format. He's got a lot of catches on the year, man. 13, 6, 6, 5, 8, 7. He hasn't had less than 5 catches. He's at 20, 32, and 13. 45 catches already. And he had his bye week. So the juice is definitely going to get over 100 catches this year, it looks like. Then you had Savarian Jenkins for 11 points. He was a real good pickup. He came on. He didn't play the first 2 weeks, but he's having a pretty decent year for the Jets. The Jets' offense looks actually pretty decent. Way better than the Giants' offense looks. Martavis Bryant, I think he needs to get traded in order for him to have value. But right now he can't start him. But I would start him every single week if I had him on my team. That's how bad my team is. But I think you're gonna replace him with someone else. And then you look at Wonder's team. Poor kid, Cam Newton. Wonder's praising Cam Newton. Oh, he's the best. What a trade. That was a horrible trade. Everyone's saying, yeah, Cam Newton shits the bed, throws up 4 points against the Bears defense, throws 2 pick sixes, has a horrible game, 4 points. He gets 6.5 points. Fucking Wonder wins. Okay, 4.1 points. That is horrible. Cam Newton he's Jekyll and Hyde. He really is. He goes from beating the Patriots at home to fucking losing to the Bears. You can't lose to the Bears, period. Fucked a lot of people in Survivor probably. Then Phil plays the Broncos defense. They go up early. He stops throwing. Still had 2 touchdowns though, 19 points. Christian McCaffrey, 12 points. He's the new age version of Danny Woodhead, like I said. He's averaging 14.5 points. Very, very, very high floor. Low ceiling because he doesn't have a lot of yards. Let's see, 57 and 32. 87, wait, 57, and 32 is 89, 99. So he went over 100 yards rushing for the season. Yes, he has 100 yards rushing on the season. I know the season's young, but he's definitely not a running back. He is a pass catcher. He should have wide receiver eligibility for the amount of catches he makes. Todd Gurley, fucking horse, 28.4 points, gets the bonus 100 yards. Dez Bryant, 7 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. That was such a bad game. I think Dez could have had even more if they were throwing more. Keenan Allen, 7 points. Benny Fowler, the third, Wonder starts. Nice plug and pop, I guess. 9.5 points. You can't really ask for more right there. And then Zach, my Dick Ertz, with 19.9 points. He's fucking stud, man. He's the number one tight end. What? I thought Gronk was. Zach Ertz, number one tight end. And Cameron Brate flexing two tight ends. I like the style, Wonder. I like the style a lot. But tough loss there, Wendy. Very, very tough loss. Going into our last matchup, we have the highest point totals of the week. And, of course, Mashi runs into the juggernaut, the kingpin, the number one, El Capitan, Commissioner Gordon. 181 to 238. Mashi beats every single person in the league except for Gordy. He goes 8-1 and loses. That sucks. He had a tremendous game by Derek Carr, 45 points. A tremendous game by Ezekiel Elliott, 43 points. But everywhere else in between, I forgot. A tremendous game by Jordan Howard as well, 26 points. But everywhere in between, nothing doing. Carson Palmer breaks his arm, done for the year. Good night, 2.6 points. Adrian Peterson, what the fuck was that trade? I don't know, but it was a bad trade. Because Adrian Peterson is not going to be the running back there for much longer. David Johnson is coming back. He has a wrist injury. That's not like a hamstring injury or an ankle injury or a knee injury where it's more of like, oh, how do you feel? Once your wrist is ready, they're fucking putting him in the game. They want to sell tickets. They're saying their coaches are going to be there next year. They want to sell tickets for next year, season tickets for next year. They're putting in David Johnson as soon as possible. As soon as his wrist allows it, they're fucking getting him in there. Alshon Jeffrey, he's looking like a bust more and more every week for where he was taken. 51st overall. He's the 31st overall wide receiver. He's really having a down year in a tremendous offense. Wentz really spreads the ball around a lot. Marquise Lee, 11.2 points. Nice solid game. Michael Thomas, 16 points. It's a good game. Very good game. Right on the borderline. Wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 numbers. LeGarrette Blount should not be started in this format. 2.9 points. 29th best running back right now. He's a running back 3. Flex option. But you really don't have too much options after that. Unless you want to start 2 Jaguars wide receivers, which I highly recommend you don't do. And let's look at this. Gordo. Oh my God. 238. It wasn't even the most points thrown up of the year. Gordo already has that record. He threw up 249 2 weeks ago. But like I said, this week, this team is going to be very scary. Week in, week out. It's a very solid team. He has Carson Wentz. He's the second best quarterback. He has Tom Brady. He's the third best quarterback. The 2 best quarterbacks, the best duo in the league belongs to Gordo, okay? 2 quarterback ones. Melvin Gordon, only 5 points. Yes, he played the Broncos defense. I give him a pass. It's very tough to run on them. Only one running back has had a good game against them, and it was Orleans Darkwa. And if you thought that was going to be the case, then I would have said, take your crazy pills, Gordo. LaShawn McCoy, 26 points. 2 running back ones. Okay, let's dive down a little bit deeper. Maybe he doesn't have good wide receivers. Oh, he has Antonio Brown. He's the best wide receiver in football. Oh, he has Amari Cooper, who he traded a bag of rocks and a bag of Skittles for, who throws up 49 points. 11 catches, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amari fucking Cooper, he gets the 200-yard bonus. That's how good he did. He throws up more points he did this week than he did all year. What the fuck? A tremendous trade for Amari Cooper, Gord. Really good moves. You didn't draft well. You finagled everyone. You finagled Jack. You finagled Jack. You finagled Jack. You finagled him good. And then Tyreek Hill, 28.2 points. Monster game he had. Like I said, him and Jarvis Landry, they're both solid players. They're always going to be flip-flop, and each week this guy's going to be good, this guy's going to be good. But I think Jarvis Landry would fit better on your team than Tyreek Hill did, because you just need a high-floor guy. Tyreek Hill is more of a home run threat. Yes, he throws up 30 points, but yes, he throws up 7 points, 6 points. He has those games. Gronk, only 8 points. They went up in that game. They didn't have to throw that much. They pounded a little bit more than they usually do. Devin Funchess, who's not going to start for you anymore, 8.1 points. Blake Martinez, great pickup Panthers defense, great pickup. You're going to have Deshaun Jackson, and Emmanuel Sanders to choose for your flex spot. So he has the number 1 wide receiver, the number 2 wide receiver in Tyreek Hill. I can't believe he's the number 2 wide receiver. But it's been a really down year for wide receivers right now. Amari Cooper goes from like the 90th best wide receiver to the 17th best wide receiver in one game. He goes from averaging like 5 points to averaging 12 points. This is why he was drafted so high. This is why he is a third round draft pick, because he does this from time to time. He's a very good player. He has a good quarterback throwing him the ball. He's in a decent offense. He's the number 1 or number 2 option, depending on how you're feeling. I like Crabtree more. But yeah, Cooper is still a very, very good option. People were saying, oh, is he even like a wide receiver 5 at this point? And he probably wasn't. But he did have the upside to be a wide receiver 1, which is unbelievable, because there's no guys in any league that has so little value, that has so high value. And it only took one game. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gordo flips Cooper. If he doesn't flip him, he's fine, because I think Amari Cooper is fine. He had a bad couple games. He played some tough defenses. It happens in football. You look at it. He goes to Washington. He plays Josh Norman. He gets shut down. He goes to Denver. They get shut down by the no-fly zone defense. He goes to Baltimore. They have a really, really good pass-off defense for some reason. I have no clue why. He goes to the Chargers. The Chargers are another solid team, under-the-radar team, good pass defense team. Then he goes to the Chiefs and fucking blows them up. He's got a tough matchup against the Bills. Not as bad as it was last year. But then he goes into Miami. He has the bye. He goes to the Patriots. He plays the Patriots. Okay. He's going to kill them. The Broncos. Okay, tough week. Giants. Depending on where the Giants are at, I don't think that's going to matter. 14, 15, 16, he goes KC, Dallas, Philly. All those teams, those 3 teams are bottom half of the league in pass defense. Gordo, really good fucking trade, man. Really like the trade. Really like your team. Really hard, good team. It's going to be really hard to beat. I'm playing for fucking to make the playoffs right now. I don't care where you are at this point, but I'm going to see you in the playoffs, and you don't want my team in the playoffs, because if I have everyone healthy, that's a big if, my team's going to be very dangerous. I still think my team is one of the best in the league. I know the power ranks don't say it, but I'm hurt right now, and I know I'm hurt, and I'm the most hurt team in the league, and I'm still in the playoffs at this moment. I get a little bit more lucky with some guys coming back in the next couple of weeks. You get Golden Tate coming back. Maybe Stephon Diggs back this week. David's always he's always there. He's in the back of everyone's mind. I know he is. But we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, guys. I had a fun time doing this. I'm going to go get some sleep. Everyone enjoy. Next week, I'm not going to do a recap. I'm going to do some, I'm going to do something crazy, though. Have a good day, guys.